Yeah, hi guys. Kasen's dad here, and Kasen wanted me to help him make a video on comparing two different holding techniques for spring piston air rifles. And so we're going to do that today. This is a Beeman R9 spring piston air rifle. It's a decent quality air rifle, German made. It's considered a very accurate gun, and it is if you shoot it correctly. It's a, like I said, a Beeman R9. It's a 20 caliber gun. What we're going to do is the first hold technique is we're going to use what's called the artillery hold. And in this hold, the key to this hold is to hold it consistently from shot to shot, but hold it extremely lightly so you're not interfering with the natural recoil characteristics of the gun. So we're going to let the gun recoil due to this movement of the spring and the piston inside the gun, and then the built-up pressure that occurs in the gun that expels the pellet. And we're going to let that all cure, and without disturbing the gun from shot to shot as much as possible. So we're going to kind of let it recoil naturally. So the key to the hold is to balance the gun. This is actually a modified version. I'm not going to put my hand under the forehand of the gun. I'm going to just rest it on this bag. And you can see the gun's kind of balanced on its own in that case. And then what I'm not even going to use this rabbit ears here. What I'm going to do is just kind of use it to put my hand on it and just gently put my finger underneath the stock of the gun. And I'm going to lightly grip the pistol grip, very, very lightly, and I'm going to extremely lightly put the butt of the gun up against my shoulder, extremely lightly, and then lightly, just lightly press my cheek up against the stock of the gun as well, and then pull, squeeze gently back on the trigger, straight back, hold that position after the gun fires. This gun has a very sweet trigger on it, very, very nice trigger on it, and I'm going to follow through and maintain that sight picture until, do that follow through, which is key to this technique, and we'll see what happens. And then the second technique, where it's going to use this rigid vise over here, and we're going to clamp the gun into this vise, and so it's going to be held real rigidly, and then we'll just compare those two techniques. If we had maybe on a future posting, we'll post a really tight grip with me holding it and no vice grip, and then we'll kind of see some of the results there. We're going to be using a Kodiak double gold heavy pellet. These are heavy pellets, but they're known to be pretty accurate in this gun. They're lead pellet that are coated with copper. And so let's do this. We'll load the first pellet in the artillery grip series. We're going to shoot 5 pellets on each technique, and then we'll go down and show you the results. We're at an indoor range, by the way, in Durango, Colorado, and we're about 55 feet away from the targets, and we'll go down after we take these 2 series of shots and show you the results that we get. Okay, so let's get shooting. So I seated the pellet correctly and closed the barrel up and positioned the gun. And we want to be safe. We'll put the safety glasses on and we'll get the gun balanced correctly and get the sight picture. And then I'll take the gun off with safety. Almost interfering with the gun, none at all. All right, first shot's away. And we'll take 4 more with this technique, and then we'll take 5 shots with the clamp, and we'll look at the results. All right, hi guys, we're back. We've taken 4 shots with the clamp. We'll just take this last shot. It's spot on, same clamp tightness, same arrangement, same trigger pull, very consistent between shots. And then we'll go down range and compare the results. So let me take the last shot here. Okay, that's the last shot. It's a single shot weapon. Its pelt went down range. You can see the safety's on, everything's safe, and let's go down and compare the results. Okay, so what we did is, let's just recap here for a second. The center target we used earlier just to sight in the gun, and then let's review the artillery hold. So here's our artillery hold that we did on our first series, and that's 5 shots using the very lightly held, let the gun recoil naturally. Basically an incredibly good result. That grouping is effectively just a couple pellets big. It's all in the same hole. Okay, and so let's jump way over to the right hand. So the clamp, the rigid clamp, was aiming right for here where my finger is. Okay, and all 5 shots went low, and so there's 2 here, there's 2 in that same hole, and a 3rd one. So you can see the difference. So here's the circle size and the placement. The placement of the 5 shots right here, and then if you move over to the artillery hold, you can compare the difference. Monumental difference. So what that says is that I think the results that many people have shown in the past is certainly true. Is that if you rigidly hold that weapon, it's just not repeatable. And because of the recoil characteristics of the spring piston gun, the pellets are flying all over the place. It's kind of wild. If you let the gun naturally recoil and you do the exact same hold every time, you get a phenomenal result. And I tell you what, Kasen and I got interested in this because we're both avid shooters, and we come shooting frequently, mostly with non-pellet guns, with powdered weapons. 22s and 30-30s and 30-06s and handguns and other things of that nature, and those weapons can be fired where you hold them real rigid and they're really accurate. But a spring piston pellet gun, its characteristics are much different, and you don't get accurate results if you rigidly hold that weapon. And we kind of showed you the extreme case of where the pellets are kind of randomly going kind of wild places if the gun's rigidly held, and you also get an incredibly good grouping if you let the gun consistently recoil in its natural state. So very impressed. I mean, we have a good pellet gun. The Beeman R9 is an excellent gun. We're using good pellets, very consistent good pellets, and hopefully that is of interest to some folks out there. All right, thanks a lot.